Welcome, I'm Marcela. Welcome to today's class. It's a flow that is going to be focusing on calming and grounding us. So wherever you are today, you can do this practice in the morning, in the middle of the day, or in the evening. Right now for me, I'm just about to go into the evening, so it's very early evening or late afternoon. And we're really now noticing the change from the summer onto the fall, even though we did start the fall a few weeks ago, but now it's becoming very obvious. I'm in California, and so wherever you are in the world, I welcome you. If you like a good flow, this class is going to be a combination. We're going to start slow because we're really going into the inner, calming the nervous system, calming the stresses, calming the body so that we can move with the breath even more freely and find grounding. So I hope you like it. And so that means that today we're actually going to use quite a few props. So if you do have a blanket, please bring a blanket with you. If you have a couple of blocks, we'll use a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, pretend they're blocks. You just bring a couple of books or maybe towels that you can also roll. And we'll use a strap. All right? If you don't have a strap, same thing, pretend it's a yoga strap and you just bring a long scarf or a belt with you. So let's go ahead and begin. So with the blanket or towel, whatever you may have with you, let's do the first one. So with one of them, because that's how we're going to begin the class, we're going to roll the blanket. So we have a little roll like this. If you have a very big blanket, try not to make it super huge so that you can use it. We're going to use it in between the legs. And of course, if you have a second blanket, then you can just fold it to have it close by for a little bit later. So let's take this little roll, come onto your knees, and we're going to place it in different positions. So start as deep into the legs as you can, where the knees fold, and see if you can sit like that. If that is a little bit of a challenge, you can always, of course, find your block to sit a little bit higher up or a cushion. We're going to start moving it slowly, taking it back. And this could be we're going to notice it, some of us. I'm very, very tight on the back of my legs. So there's something to feel there. So if you want to use your blocks for supporting your arms here, your hands, you can do that. And we're starting super calm, moving into the breath, even though there may be a lot of sensation on the legs. So try to breathe into those places where you feel lots of sensation. We're going to gently kind of poke the chest in and lower the chin down, allowing the spine to lengthen and come into the breath. So we're going to be here for a little bit of a while, giving ourselves access into just right now. So notice those places that may be maybe a little bit too tight. Notice your shoulders, you can let them drop. And right away, I would invite you to start the Ujjayi breath as well. So that deep breath with a light touch on the back of the throat. See if you can soften your eyes. If you can soften the lips and the muscles on your face. And take deep inhales in and out through the nose. The exhales through the nose. See if we already here can make it a little bit longer. And also begin to observe if there's, and keep coming back to the breath. And notice if this sensation with the blanket in between the legs is beginning to become a little bit intense, which could be very much the case. It's natural. And can we allow ourselves to be in that just for a couple of breaths more? Just noticing maybe what reaction does that create within ourselves. So very carefully come back up onto your knees, trying to let that go. And we're simply going to move the blanket further back. So maybe just over your ankles, and make your way back onto your seat, observing how now this feels first. So notice how you need to adapt, allowing yourself to be here. Once again, the hands down. They can be on the ground and on your blocks, whichever setting you'd like. Once again, notice your spine. So you want to gently lengthen the spine and micro round the upper back and bring the chin to chest. Ujjayi breath, the sound of the ocean. So by rounding the shoulder blades, we're not bringing the shoulders up towards the ears. We're allowing the shoulders actually to begin to let go whatever they may be holding of tensions, of tightness. And still in the breath. And think of what the purpose or maybe the intention of this practice I bring to you today, focusing on calm and grounding. All right, finding maybe your own intention as well. Okay, so lengthening the spine once again, bringing the chin a little bit higher up. Let's go ahead and bring if you're using blocks, just place them over to the sides. Come onto your knees. We're going to remove the blanket and bring it over to the side, so that now this time we can come down and sit on the heels. So see how that is that even going to be an option, right? And again, if it's not for our bodies today, then you sit on a cushion or a blanket under your feet this time, not so much in between your legs. And then we want to notice the difference from every phase or stage we've taken here. Take a few breaths and allowing the breath to count more and more. Very nice. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and make our way over onto a tabletop. We're just going to transition from the tabletop. Taking one full breath here, have the knees right under your hips, the wrists right under your shoulders, lightly pressing the palms of the hands against the earth. And take a full breath. And allow that exhale to be full, completely here. Excellent. We're going to reach the hips all the way back toward the heels once again. Maybe the knees come together. And this time we're going to stretch the arms long. Allow your forehead to drop onto a block or to the earth, making it deeper with each and every breath. Maybe the toes are going to point even further away to the back of your mat. And the hips are going to get heavier and heavier. Couple of breaths more here. Excellent. So let's come back up onto all fours. We'll use the blocks again. So using a different approach today, we're going to place the blocks maybe on the lower setting or medium setting onto all fours, placing both hands on top of your blocks, right? Your tabletop, so we're going to lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck, and we'll begin a cat-cow. So let's take it one step at a time. Inhaling, the tailbone up and the lower back down, the navel down. Keep inhaling, and the chest forward, gaze up. And when you're ready with your exhale, start with the tailbone rounding, and mid back up. Round your upper back, bringing the chin to chest. Again, from the tailbone, inhale, mid back down, and chest, and look up. And one last time, this exhale, take it all the way out, rounding, giving it all. Chin to chest, and then coming back onto neutral once again, connecting to that neutral. Notice what happens to the shoulders. Good. Let's curl the left toes under, and we're going to step the right foot back. Keep the left hand down. We're going to open up onto a modified plank. So the left foot behind your left knee, and then reach the right arm up. Beautiful. Okay, we'll inhale here. And with the exhale, stretch the right arm up and over the head. Let's begin to make a few circles. Once you come all the way down to the earth, begin to inhale again and look up to the tip of your fingers. Exhale, forward and down. And inhale, let's keep the right arm up towards the skies. This time, reverse the circles on the exhale. Lower down towards the feet and down towards the earth. Inhale, forward and up. And exhale back toward the toes and down. And maybe you're finding a little bit of a back bend. Let's keep now that right arm up, and yes, push the navel up, chest up, gaze up and back. For one more breath. Excellent. Inhale. And with the exhale, carefully lowering that right hand back down onto the block under the shoulder. Let's come back onto all fours to do that gentle transition. Stepping the left foot back, and then let's take the right foot behind the right knee. Right hand stays down, and the left arm reaches up towards the skies with the gaze. Inhale, and exhale, arm forward and down. Inhaling, bring it back and up. One more circle here on this direction. Try see if your gaze can follow the tip of your fingers. Once you get up there, and bring it back. Inhale or exhale as you lower. And then inhale, bring it back and up. And exhale forward and down. And one more time, inhaling. Exhaling. And next time, let's keep it up. Let's bring the hand up towards the skies, open the heart. Find a little bit of a back bend. Notice how the lower back is pushing the navel up and the upper back, the chest up. Find your inner opening here. Beautiful. Inhale. And with the exhale, follow your gaze down to the tip of your fingers, down towards the earth. Come back onto all fours. Removing the blocks this time. Let's bring the blocks over to the sides. Tucking the back toes under, hands to the ground. And pushing up, walking the hands toward the feet, coming onto a forward fold. Let the head drop. Bring the feet a little bit together, parallel to one another. Good. Grasp your elbows, drop the head even heavier, hinging from your hips. Sway. And lean back and forth. Maybe a few circles from the hips, keeping the soles of the feet flat all the time. Circles in both directions. And back to center. Get a little bit heavier. Ujjayi breath if you're not there. Excellent. Drop the hands down and begin to roll your way up to standing with very grounded feet onto the earth. The chin is the last one to lift up, looking forward. Mountain pose. So ground yourself again. Feel that grounding from the soles of the feet. Comes all the way up onto your torso to the crown of the head. And we'll bring the hands together to open up with one Om. So let's join our voices that way. With the hands together, a little bit of space in between each palm. Begin by exhaling. And we'll inhale for Om. Good. Release both hands onto your mountain pose. Really, arms up and over the head. Maybe the palms touch. Exhale. Big circle with the arms. Go forward and down to forward fold. And with the inhale, look forward. I guess most of us are at the back of the mat, so let's walk the hands to the top of the mat for downward facing dog. Right. Feet maybe parallel to one another, hip width distance apart, walking the dog, reaching the hips high up, ground in the palms of your hands, come to center. Let's anchor that left foot down as we reach the right leg up and back. For a three-legged dog, go high and long. And with the exhale, look forward and let's step the right foot forward in between the hands. We're gonna lower the left knee down for a low lunge. When you're ready, reach the arms up and over your head. Hands parallel to one another or palms touching. Let's lengthen all the way through the rib cage, shoulder blades to the tip of the fingers. Squaring, leveling your hips, connecting to the breath. Gaze up, inhale, look up, go a little bit deeper. And with the exhale, let's lower both hands down to either side of the right foot. Start walking your hands all the way back. Now we're gonna do a half hero, right? So almost what we did at the beginning with just one leg. So point your left toes and come onto your sit. Have the left foot to the outer side of your hip, if that works, or sit on a blanket or a cushion. So do your best here to find the sitting bones, lengthen the spine. Excellent. We're going to reach the arms up and over the head. So this time, let's grab the wrists, the opposite wrists, bend your elbows slightly, and then push your shoulder blades back. Begin to bend side to side, connecting with the breath every movement. Come to center and then twist. Think of shoulder blades coming closer together. Come to center. Exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And begin to push your right hip back so you hinge and reach forward, forward. Eventually, hands down. Yeah, maybe you're reaching over to your foot or just the hands down. Lower the gaze and release. Surrender the gaze, soften as much as you can. Staying with the Ujjayi breath. Pressing the top of the left foot against the earth. Tip of the fingers down. Let's look forward and begin to make your way back up onto an upright sitting position. All right, help yourself to come back onto that low lunge. Take your time. The right foot is forward. Tucking the back toes under. So option to keep the left knee down or come on up onto a higher lunge, lifting the left knee. Inhaling the arms up and over the head, gaze follows. Exhaling, hands lower behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Right, behind the back, interlacing the fingers, press the hands down, open the heart, square your hips. Shoulder blades come closer together. For one more inhale here. With the exhale, lower both hands down. Look forward. And we're going to step the left foot forward onto a forward fold. There you go. Keep the head down. Once again, grasp your elbows or you do your own variation. Maybe hug your legs, drop heavy. The head, especially the back of the neck. Let it all go. Swaying, swinging, feeling your grounding here. And releasing both hands down. Hands to shin bones, lengthen as you look forward. And exhale, bend your knees, lightly touch the earth and take 2 big steps back to downward facing dog. Yes. Bending one knee and then the other, walking the dog. Ujjayi breath. And settle. Excellent. Anchoring the right foot down three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg up and back all the way up. And with the exhale, look forward, step. Left foot forward in between the hands. And let's lower the right knee down. Low lunge. Inhaling, arms up and over the head. And dive deeper into those hips. Maybe the palms join. Give yourself a few breaths here. Always using your core, so push that navel in to keep protecting your lower back. Inhale, gaze up. And with the exhale, let's lower both hands back down to either side of your left foot. We're going to start walking the hands back, bending the right knee, and try to make it all the way back to sit on the inner side of your right foot. So use your props accordingly here, whatever you may need. Find the sitting bones. Both sitting bones are grounded here. All right, lengthening, reaching the arms up and over the head. We're going to grasp the wrists the opposite way as before, maybe the one hand lower. And then lengthen, inhale. Exhale, twist over to your right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist over to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend over to your right. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend over to your left. There you go. Come back to center. Release both arms. Inhale, long, look up. And here we go again. Hinge. Reach forward, 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 and eventually come down. Gaze down. Head down. Hands down. Observing how maybe you're noticing that some tightness begins to let go, allowing the body to become calmer and calmer. And with the inhale, looking up to the toes, we're going to help ourselves coming back all the way over onto that low lunge. So walk the hands forward again. Curl the back toes under. Option to lift the back knee or keep it down. So find your grounding here, be stable, and reach the arms up and over the head. Inhale. With the exhale, lower the hands behind your back, interlacing fingers. Again, the opposite way. Press the hands down and back and reach the heart up, the gaze up. Begin to find your stability. Where can you find it? Making sure you're using the whole sole of your foot, the tripod. Inhale, maybe deeper. And exhale, release both hands down, either side of your left foot. Same exhale, step your right foot forward. And come down onto a forward fold. Yes, head down. Good. Hands to shin bones, lengthen here. Inhale. And exhale, forward and down onto a forward fold, bringing both hands down, taking 2 big steps back to downward facing dog. And here we are again, downward dog. Be here for a few breaths. Find your steadiness as much as you can. Good. All right. So this time, we're gonna bring the right leg up and back, and open your hips, bend your right knee. Come on to the ball of your left foot, and try to reach that right knee up, up, up towards the skies. Breathing all the way into the left lung. Come back onto a three-legged dog, inhaling, looking forward. Exhaling, right knee forward and down for a pigeon. So we're going to lower the right knee by the right wrist. Extend the left leg long. use your blanket or block right under your right hip, especially if you notice there's a little bit of unevenness on the hips. Tip of the fingers are pressing against the earth. Gonna lengthen here, look forward. Lots of lengthen on the spine. And give it one more exhale. To slowly use your blocks if you want to bring the forearms onto your blocks or the forearms to the ground. Possibly you try out and see how far you can extend your arms long and lower the forehead to your block or to the earth. So when we extend the body and we work with the fascia, the deep fascia as well, that allows for some quietness within the body. Notice if that's the case just right now. And we'll begin to walk the hands in, palms down against the earth. We're going to lean over onto the right hip, right? And we're going to swing the left leg forward, cross it over the right knee for Gomukhasana legs. This could be the starting point, and then from here you modify. You may come all the way up onto a cross-legged or square, right? So whichever one, or the knee standing up towards the skies. Hands behind us, let's lengthen the spine as much as we can. Find both sitting bones. Good. Opening the arms wide. Inhale. We're going to exhale and cross the right arm over the left. Eagle arms. And maybe the palms touch here. And we rise those elbows a little bit higher up than the heart. Inhale. Now either keep your arms as they are or release the arms and begin to come onto a forward fold either way, with the arms hands down or with your eagle arms. See if you can still find those sitting bones, trying to reach down towards the earth. With an exhale, press down and then come back up. Tip of the fingers up towards the sky. Nice long inhale. Unwind your arms softly and carefully. Right, the arms uncross. I'm going to turn back towards the top of my mat. Hands down. And we're going to make our way back onto a downward facing dog. So find your way to get there from this little pretzel. Downward facing dog. Good. All right. Inhaling, we're going to do a few undulations coming onto a plank and lowering the pelvis, looking forward. Exhaling, back to downward facing dog. Push the hips up, head down. Inhaling, undulating your spine to come all the way plank, down. Look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, undulate your spine. This time, lower. Lower your pelvis, point your toes, come down, forearms down for Sphinx. Arms parallel to one another. Yeah, real good. Palms down against the earth. We're pressing the tailbone down, the hip bones down towards the earth, and very strong top of the feet, so the knees may hover lightly. So find that nice fire on the thighs. We're gently pulling through the forearms, widening the shoulder blades, looking forward. Ujjayi breath. For one last breath here. Yeah, now soften your knees. Bring the hands by your chest, tuck the toes under. Let's come back to downward facing dog. And find your Downward dog to stay here, 3 full breaths. Especially lengthening the spine. Let's anchor the right foot down. 3-legged dog, left leg up and back, high up. Open your hips, bend the left knee, keep it long. Point that left knee up towards the skies. Give yourself lots of extension on your hip flexor. Come on to the ball of your right foot. Your next inhale, 3-legged dog, square your hips, stretch your left leg. Look forward. And with the exhale, pigeon, left knee, forward, forward. And let's go ahead and land left knee by your left wrist. And you're going to angle that shin bone to what your body is okay with. Lengthen that right leg. Remember, adjustments here for the left buttock if necessary. Keep lengthening the torso, looking forward. So we're more like lengthening the back of the neck. At some point, you may be ready to come on onto a peaceful pigeon. Forearms on the blocks or the earth, or start walking the hands forward as far as we can go. Lower the forehead. And you're staying active. You're in a quietly active posture, noticing from the inside out. So all those things that we normally look on the outside, this posture invites us to remember to go inwards. And we'll walk the hands back onto the mat. Lengthen the arms. Inhale here. Now lean over onto your left hip and swing the right leg forward. Bring it all the way up with you, crossing over your left. So once again, Gomukhasana, or cow face legs, as it's called. Begin to adjust to your body. How much do you feel on the outer hips? It's important, and take care of the knees. Hands behind us, lengthen. Especially notice the lumbar. Breathe it all. Good. Open the arms. Inhale. And let's exhale. The opposite arm, maybe for me, I think it's left over right. Maybe your palms join. And reach those elbows a little bit higher than the heart, rounding your shoulder blades. Inhale. And then begin to hinge from your hips to go forward and down. Exactly. You're going to surrender the gaze, going in, going deep. It's you, your body, your breath. And if the mind starts taking part of this actively, you know that that's okay. That's what the mind does. But then just come back to the breath. Let's find those sitting bones, trying to press them down. And with the inhale, come back up, all the way up. Gaze up, chin up, and then unwind your arms. Exhale. Feel that? All right. I'm sure you're probably facing the top of your mat. So hands forward, uncross your legs, and make your way back to downward facing dog. Giving ourselves 2 full breaths more. Observing if we begin to find more space. All right, a few undulations here again. Inhaling, plank, use your whole spine, lower the pelvis, look forward, and use your whole exhale and your core to push up, downward dog. Inhale. Notice every stage you go through. Exhale. And again, inhaling. This time, let's come down again. Drop the pelvis, the hips, come down to Cobra. All right? And so from Cobra, let's walk the hands a little bit forward. Some of us may open wider, some of us a little bit closer. They're in front of the shoulders, but we're going to keep the hips down. This is, of course, very similar to an up dog. We have the hips down, the hands forward, trying to drop the hips. No pain on the lower back, so engage that navel in. Look forward. Instead of maybe flexing the neck, lengthen. And keep finding the length on your legs. Getting heavier on your tailbone. Well done. Very nice. Good. Inhale. All right. Exhale. Bend your elbows. Hands down by your chest. Press. Downward facing dog. And have a full exhale here as you have the big toes touch. On your inhale, look forward, bend your knees. And with your exhale, float or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale as you get there, lengthen. Exhale, go forward and down. Hinge from your hips, make it happen. And then maybe you bend your knees, press the feet, come up. Arms up and over the head. Exhale, hands to heart. Samasthiti, mountain. Okay, we'll do 2 half sun salutations. Just easy. Inhaling, arms up and over the head. Exhaling forward and down. Make sure your head is heavy. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Release to mountain. Inhale, yes, follow your breath. It's okay if you're already following your own pace. Come down. Inhaling. Exhale, hands to hips. Strong legs. Come all the way up to standing. And yes, this time release to mountain. Good. Tree pose. So we're just changing. Moving on to a tree pose. If you're comfortable in the middle of the room, stay here or go and get a wall. Standing strong, left leg, hands to hips. Feel the tripod on the sole of your foot and begin to open the hip, lifting the foot, open your hip, 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 and help yourself for whichever variation you're going for today. That left big toe, the mount of the big toe grounding. Find your mountains and lengthen your torso, hands to heart. Open here. Ujjayi breath. Of course, you're welcome to bring the arms up and over your head if you'd like to go there. Noticing no collapsing on the hips. And sometimes when we find calm within ourselves, the balance becomes a better option every now and then. Bring hands to heart. And bring the right knee in, lower the right foot down. Shake it if you need to. And change sides. If you're by the wall, just turn over to the other side. Slowly find your way into your tree. We try with tree to do the same variation as with the other side, unless there's an injury or something. So we can really notice the difference. Hands to heart. Lengthen the torso. So we're kind of pushing with that foot against the leg, but then push with the leg. And then arms up, if you'd like to go there. Shoulders may reach up with the arms, it's okay, but notice that you're really holding with the collarbones, with the shoulder blades. Base of your big toe really grounding. Hands to heart. And release, both hands down. Bring the knee in and lower. Yeah, shake it, feel it on your ankles if you're feeling it wherever you may be feeling it. And so let's just take the feet hip width distance apart, do a little bit of the, shaking here, clasping onto the organs, maybe also to the chest, to the back of the shoulders. Find your kidney, behind your lower back. And give yourself good deep breaths. Slowly coming back to center. A good shake is always good. Excellent. Come back to the top of the mat. All right, so we all meet here right at the top of our mat. Pretend even we're facing one another. Press the heels down, the tip of the toes down, inhaling, arms up and over the head. And exhaling, going forward and down to forward fold. Stay here on your forward fold, would you? Actually, let's go ahead and get our blanket. That was my idea with the blanket. If you had two, you had folded your blanket. Not the roll, but just folding it. And then just step the front of your feet onto the blanket and let the heels be down. Okay? And come back to your forward fold, grasping the elbows, letting the head drop. So that gives even a little bit more length. Notice where you feel a stretch, an opening, something different. Ujjayi breath. Nice. Okay, releasing the elbows, letting go of the blanket just in front of us, looking forward on the inhale to lengthen. Then touch the earth, and we're going to take again 2 big steps back to downward facing dog. Here we are again. Like if nothing has happened, we're just back to our downward dog. Reaching the right leg up, inhaling. On the exhale, look forward and step the right foot to the outer side of your right hand. Lower the left knee down. And maybe walk that left knee further away. It's a lizard. So we're now going into more opening of the hip, right? Maybe you are gonna either maybe open that right knee over to the right or drop your left hip lower down towards the left. Try to see if you can look forward, letting all this subtle work happen. And then we'll bring the right sole of the foot back onto the earth if it's not all there. And either stay here or go ahead and bend the left leg. Turn, twist over to your right and reach with the right arm back to find your left foot. You could also use a strap here or a towel, or even pretend that you're turning all the way back there. We all have different access. Exactly. Open the heart. Lower that right hip. And do one more inhale. With the exhale, release the foot, the twist, bring the right hand back down. Lower the left foot down. And here we go again. You want to take your block with you. We're going to go back onto that half Hanuman. So stretch that right leg long, and this time we'll sit on the block, both sitting bones. On the block or the book or the bolster. We want to notice that difference. We're coming into a Kronchasana pose. So we will most likely, some of us need a strap or belt. Good. So already here, go ahead and bend the right knee. We're going to do it like that. And if you have a strap, or you know you can hold your foot from both sides, you do that. Otherwise, place the strap by the ball of your foot and begin to stretch the leg forward first, and then up. And we're actually trying to do our best for that lower back, especially. The upper back may round. It's okay. And we bring that right leg as close to the upper body as we can. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Good. A couple of breaths more. And here we go. Slowly coming back down. Bending your knee to lower the right foot down. Touch the earth. Move your strap over to the side. Move the block over to the side. And let's walk. Step the right foot forward. Curl your back toes under, lifting the back leg. And we're going to step the left foot forward, inhaling. Exhaling forward and down. Inhale, just get that space, touch the earth, take 2 big steps back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg up and back. Exhaling, step left foot forward in between the hands. And we're going to lower this time the right knee down. Let's move the left hand to the inner side of the left foot. And maybe walk your right knee further back for lizard. And notice how you want to go into the opening of your hip. Maybe the right hip goes lower down. Or notice how if you open to the edge of your left foot, the left knee opens. And gently bringing the left sole of the foot down, square your hips. Stay here or bend the right knee. Trying to reach that heel to your right buttock. Right hand stays down, turn, twist, and reach back. To find or pretend that you are finding the foot. It's right there. Chest up, heart up. Avoid collapsing onto right shoulder. Go deeper. One more inhale. And release. Left arm back down. Right foot down. All right. We're gonna come all the way back. Let me take a moment here. I forgot what we were doing. So we're doing exactly. We're gonna make it all the way back. Take the block with us and sit on the block. All right, the front of the right foot against the earth and have your strap close to you. So we're going to bend the knee or use the fingers to hold the outer side of the foot. Slowly stretch the leg long and then all the way up and up. Don't forget about the breath and bend your knee as you need. Okay, keep breathing. Give it a couple of full breaths more. Excellent. Good. Beginning to bend your left leg to release that strap. The strap goes over to the side. The block goes over to the side. And we step the left foot forward. Both hands forward. Curl the back toes under. And this time we're going to step the left foot back or go through a full vinyasa if you'd like right here. And we can all meet in downward facing dog. Otherwise, we're all in downward facing dog in just a few moments. Come back to the breath. Yeah, once you're in downward facing dog, go ahead and come onto the ball of the feet and lower both knees down. And we'll use both blocks one more time. Set your blocks, I would say, on the medium setting or the higher setting, shoulder distance apart. Trying to keep the hips over the knees. We're going to place the forearms on the blocks or the books. The elbows touching, hands touch, and we drop the chest down. So we may start with arching the spine. That may be totally natural, but once you get to a place where you feel you're dropping the chest in between the shoulders, go ahead and tuck your tailbone. so that this doesn't become a back bend. Instead, it's more about the chest, the shoulders, the good stretch. If you're feeling too much, the knees walk closer to the blocks. If you're not feeling enough, the knees walk away from the blocks. There you go. Maybe a little bit deeper. Lower. Hands, look forward. And carefully stepping out here. Moving your blocks over to the side. Cross your feet. And come onto your seat here. Bending the knees in front of us. Let's go ahead and roll down onto our back. Good. So I always like to go for the very conscious lowering onto the earth. We want to feel the parts of our body now touching the earth, keeping the pinky finger side of the hands against the earth, press the arms down, and then push up onto a bridge. Interlacing fingers behind the back, rolling shoulders under the back. Or if you'd like, already here, transition onto a wheel pose. If you have that in your practice, I still can't do wheel pose. I'm still recovering from an injury on my shoulder. So you would do wheel pose if you really feel confident there. And then push those thighs forward and up. We're almost there. Release your arms over to the sides and gently we begin to roll down to land all the way down. Yeah, feet up. All right, begin to make a few circles here. You can hold your knees. Different directions. And then come to center. Give yourself a hug and really, really give yourself a good old days hug. Then release that. Roll back down. Lower the feet. And let's make our way over onto Shavasana. With all the props we have around us, just feel completely free to prop yourself for your best Shavasana. Let the legs drop. Let the hands drop. Shoulders, armpits, the chest. All the skin becomes heavier, begins to drop like water drops onto the earth. The tongue drops to the floor of the mouth, and the jaw drops as well. Letting the breath go as well. Allowing now for all this. Basically, we've been preparing for the calm and grounding of Shavasana. This is it. Becoming, becoming aware again of those, especially the back side of the body, down, touching the earth. Feel the skin, feel the layer right under the skin, the bones, the organs, dropping heavy also down towards the earth. Bring your whole attention onto your whole body, from the outer surface of the skin to the inner universe of your body. The sounds, the sensations, the palpitations, the pulsations, the flows, the pumping. And then slowly begin to bring movement back to your toes, to your fingers, to the back of your head and the front of your head, to the eyeballs, the tongue within your mouth, connecting to each and every one of your teeth, listening openly to the sounds in and around you. And so when you feel ready, bend your knees. Place the feet flat on your mat. And then extend your arms long, if that feels comfortable, with a long inhale. And when you get to the exhale, then roll over to your side. And with your knees bent, keep them close to you, just like a little baby, finding comfort within yourself. And then gently press that upper hand against the earth to make your way up onto your seat, eyes closed, just for a few more moments. Let's close together. Hands to heart. Exhaling fully. Inhaling for Om. Bowing down towards heart center. Namaste.